this video, we will build an AI-powered search platform where you provide a prompt and receive a response, just like Claude and other modern AI tools. The best part is that the API calls will be completely free. You can submit unlimited prompts and receive unlimited responses, because our API credits will never run out. Let me walk you through how the application works. First, we will enter the prompt. What is web development? When we click the arrow button, a circular loader animation will appear, along with a shimmer skeleton UI while the response is loading. After 1 to 2 seconds, the response will appear below, explaining web development and listing its key features. For the second prompt, we will ask for HTML and CSS button code. After clicking the arrow button, the application returns the complete HTML and CSS code, so you can use this for virtually any type of output. We will build this entire application in just a few minutes, so let's get started. First, open VS Code and launch the integrated terminal. Our first command will be npm create vitae at latest. When prompted, enter the project name AI Power Search. Select React as the framework and JavaScript as the variant, then proceed with npm installation and confirm by pressing yes. Once the installation is complete, you will see a local development link at localhost:5173. Copy this and open it in your browser. Now let's clean up the project. Delete the app.css file, remove some of the default styling from index.css, and strip out the counter code inside app.jsx. Next, let's set up our folder structure. Create 2 folders, one named Components and another named Hooks. Inside the Components folder, create a file called searchbar.jsx, and inside the Hooks folder, create a file called useaisearch.js. Now let's start coding inside the useaisearch file. At the top, import useState and useRef from React. Below that, define an arrow function called sleep that accepts a milliseconds parameter and returns a new promise, inside which set timeout resolves after that duration. Below this, export a default function called useaisearch. Inside it, declare 3 state variables: result initialized to an empty string, loading initialized to false, and error initialized to an empty string. Next, declare a variable called controlRef using useRef, initialized to null. Below that, define an asynchronous function called triggerSearch that accepts a query parameter. Inside it, create a variable called trimQuery by calling query.trimParens. Below this, add a guard condition. If trimQuery is falsy, return immediately. Then set loading to true, clear the error state, and clear the result state. Await the sleep function with a value of 2000 milliseconds, then reset result to an empty string. Now add a try-catch block. Inside the try block, call abort on controlRef.current using optional chaining to cancel any previous in-flight request. Then create a new abort controller instance stored in a variable called controller and assign it to controlRef.current. Below that, await a fetch call to the API endpoint. Use the same URL shown on screen. Set the method to post, pass controller.signal as the signal, and set the content-type header to application/JSON. For the authorization header, set it to bearer, followed by a template literal that reads, "To get that API key, open Google Chrome and search for openrouter, then click Get API. Click the Create button, give it a name, for example YouTube, and set an expiration date, or leave it with no expiration so the key never expires. Then click Create. Your new API key will be displayed. Copy it immediately as it will not be shown again. Go back to VS Code, create a .env file at the project root, and paste the key as the value of vite_openrouter_API_KEY. Back in Use AI Search, complete the authorization header by inserting the environment variable inside a template literal after bearer. In the request body, pass a JSON stringified object with a model field set to the string OpenAI/GPT-40-mini. Write it exactly as shown. You can also use Claude models, but those are paid, so we are using a free model here. Below the model, include a messages array containing one object with role set to user and content set to trim query. Below that, add a stream property and set it to true. After the fetch call, add a condition. If the response is not okay, throw a new error with the message failed to fetch response. Below that, create a variable called reader by calling getReader on response.body. Create another variable called decoder, set to a new text decoder instance. Declare a let variable called buffer, initialized to an empty string. Below that, open a while loop set to run continuously. Inside it, destructure value and done from awaiting reader.read parens. If done is true, break out of the loop. Otherwise, append the decoded chunk to buffer using the text decoder with the stream option set to true. Then split the buffer on new line characters to get an array of lines. Loop through each line using a for-off loop. Inside the loop, create a JSON variable by taking the line replacing the data, prefix, and trimming any whitespace. Add a condition. If JSON is empty or equals the string done, continue to the next iteration. Now add an inner try block. Inside it, parse JSON into a variable called parsed. Then extract the text from the first choice's delta content using optional chaining. If text exists, update the result state by appending the new text to the previous value. In the inner catch, leave the block empty for now. In the outer catch, receive the error and check. If the error name is not abort error, call setError with the error message. In the finally block, set loading back to false. At the bottom of the function, return result, loading, error, and trigger search. The use AI search hook is now complete. Now open the search bar file and install the required dependencies. In the terminal, run npm, install Tailwind CSS React icons. Once installed, import useState, the use AI search hook, and the FA arrow up icon at the top of the search bar file. Below that, define and export a default function called searchBar. Inside it, declare a state variable called query, initialized to an empty string. Destructure result, loading, error, and trigger search from the use AI search hook. In the return statement, render a section element. Inside it, place an h1 element with some heading text. Below that, nest a series of divs ending with a text area inside the innermost div. Set the text area's placeholder to Ask Your AI Anything, bind its value to query, and attach an onChange handler that updates query with the input's current value. Set rows to 3. Below the text area, add a button with an onClick handler that calls trigger search with the current query, then resets query to an empty string. Inside the button, render a loading spinner if the application is in the loading state. Otherwise, render the up arrow icon. Below the button area, add a conditional div. If loading is true and result is empty, render a div containing a mapped array of 3 items. For each item, render a placeholder div with a unique key. Next, add another condition. If there is an error, render a paragraph element displaying the error message. Below that, if result exists, render it inside a paragraph element. Finally, if the application is not loading, has no error, and has no result, render a paragraph with the fallback text. Your generated response will appear here. The search bar component is now complete. Now open app.jsx, import the search bar component, and render it inside the app function. At this point, the core functionality is visible and working in the browser. Now let's handle the styling. Open index.css and paste in the styles shown on screen. They are already written, so we won't spend time on them here. Then open vite.config.js, import Tailwind CSS, and register it inside the plugins array. Next, go back to search bar and apply the Tailwind CSS class names. I am pasting the styles directly, so you don't need to type them manually. The complete source code is available on GitHub. Download it from there. The styling is now complete. Let's test the application. Enter the prompt "Hi" and submit it. The response comes back, "Hello, how can I assist you today?" The application is fully functional. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know in the comments what project you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.